Hello, peoples of the internet. You can't really see my face, but that's because it's worth it. So, here is the gist of things. I'm playing music in the background, of which I will link every single tune, and I'm getting a bit bored of Classic Iron 2. So we're going to try to get that to 3. Hopefully, if this is a successful day, we'll be getting it to gold rank. So, let's hop right into it. Good team straight away. So I'm not really good at editing and cutting out clips and stuff. I'm going to learn that in a bit. It's going to take a week or 5. I'm not sure. I'm not also good at commentating, so I'm just going to... I'm going to probably link this as a tips and tricks guide, and I'm going to try to commentate my tips and tricks. So, if you want to learn how to block hit, stop listening to this video and go learn to block hit. I'm just kidding. Oh, he's a toxic person. That's not very nice. Oh, wrong chat. Never mind. We don't need it. We don't need it. It was an odd picture that I found. Never mind. Yeah, so basically, if you want to learn the block hit, you're going to want a small mouse. A mouse that is probably a third, maybe a half the size of your hand. That's how I can teach you the easiest way to block hit. And basically, you're going to want to press the buttons at the same time. But you also, of course, are going to need 1.8, which you can just download automatically. It's not really a big deal. Now, I'm not going to, be mean like this guy was to me and straight up fire him. I'm just going to lose like a champ. Oh, or not. Okay. As you see, we need 20 more wins, so let's get it. I just think Classic Iron 3 will look amazing on me. Just glorious on my derpiness. And I'm not level 79, I am level 82, thank you very much. I'm going to try to make this video an hour. If I can't, maybe 30 minutes. I don't know, I have to put food in my body eventually, I can't just starve like other YouTubers who can manage to go on stream for 5 days without eating nothing. I'm dying real hard. See if we can bow spam this dude. I do not condone bow spamming. Or I'm doing it, so I guess I kind of condone bow spamming. Only if you have to. Oh, he was a diamond. Of course. I used to tell people not to rod in these games because I don't like rods. I consider them, such as that person's name is, literal torture. It's like being put through a washing machine. That doesn't make sense. Does the world make sense? Yes. This is how you get bow hits, my friends. Friends of the tube. Oh crap. Oopsie poopsie. That's how the saying goes. If I get bored halfway through this, I might go playing Bed Wars or Sky Wars or something. Here, I'll try to turn the music up for you, but you might not hear it. If you don't hear it, I'm sorry, and I won't link it in the description, but there's music. I just tried to post another video like a minute ago with 3 of my friends, and basically we were on a call together, but apparently the recording didn't register the call, so it would have sounded like I'm just talking to myself for 20 minutes if I publish that, which I don't want to. So that was fun. I said I was going to publish it either way, but I'm not going to publish it because I don't have to. Dadgummit. I'm still not good at PvP. I don't know how I got Iron 2 in the first place. It took years. I've only been playing Hypixel for a year and a half, though. Don't look that up, it's probably a lie. I've been playing more for like a few months. I actually have a story behind that. I'll tell the story. So 5 years ago, little old Noah has heard about Hypixel a lot, but never got the opportunity to play it. And I finally went to a summer camp that was all based on Minecraft mods and codes. And the first thing that every kid did when they got their computer was they all went into Hypixel. And, you know, the cool thing about schools is most of them don't really have the funds to secure their Wi-Fi. So it was a public Wi-Fi. We were using the guest Wi-Fi because we didn't have permission to, you know, the principal's top secret Wi-Fi that he didn't want to get hacked into, so that you could see why you're doing so poorly. So basically, yeah, so we were on unprotected Wi-Fi. There were about 30 of us, and by the way it looked like 100 people were logging into a cafe chock full of viruses, so they banned every last one of us. Yeah, and so it took me a while, so only 5 years later, I decided, okay, maybe, and this was like 5 months ago, 6 months ago, and I was like, okay, you know, I might want to play, you know, play this game again. And so I was like, oh yes, I see. If I go onto Hypixel, there are options that could get me unbanned. So I was like, cool, free unbans, free cool networks, new Skyblock update, feeling good playing that. I appealed for a ban, and only a day later, thanks to the Hypixel devs, mods, and all those good, amazing humans, not even a day later, I got a response, and it was like, okay, yes, you are fine. We understand that you had a minor inconvenience one time, like 5 years ago. We sympathize. Hashtag feels bad, man. And so I was like, great. When do I get this unbanned? And you know what? They were like, okay, but for no other reason, no good reason, you still have your punishment after 5 years civil punishment. We have decided to give you 30 more days of being banned. And I was like, what? And they were like, yes. I'm comboing. Let me combo in peace, dude. I mean, it's not going to be very peaceful for you when you're getting GG no comboed out of this arena. But it's fun. So, yeah, so 30 days later, I logged on. And since the first YouTube thing that I've watched was Skyblock, and that was cool looking, you know, looked like a very heavily impacted and resource chock full, amazing, don't know what to call it-ness. And so I played that, and the thing about Skyblock is it kind of has a feel to it. And the feel makes you not want to play any other game, because basically it makes you scared of PvP, because you were so used to just sitting on your huddled island, not having any confrontation, um and all of a sudden, oh no, now you are in a game with sweats and tryhards and horrible people that want you dead. And so basically you're kind of stuck now, because so now you're basically stuck in this midst of sweat. So I luckily had YouTube videos and friends that could teach me how to play video games. And so basically yeah, so I had friends to guide me through it, and now I'm okay. I'm a 37, starting out to brag. And I don't know what to say. This person is distracting me. They shall die. I will die. Either way, the distractions will end. Oh, they're not the best. PvP. Oh, but they did just get a nice combo right there. And then I just got a nice rock combo. So yeah, so stuff like that. Her name was, I was kind of just vibing, and then I was like, hey, I want clout. I want attention to some extent. Why don't I start a YouTube channel? So I started a YouTube channel. And I just kind of walked up to my friend at school, and I was like, we need names for our new YouTube channel. And he was like, what new YouTube channel? And I was like, our new YouTube channel. And he was like, what new YouTube channel? And I was like, don't be silly, it's our new YouTube channel. And so he came up with one. I came up with one. He just started reading, and I just started reading. And then I snapped my fingers and said, Miscellaneous Marauders. And he was like, and then he just doesn't post on this channel anymore, and I don't post on this channel anymore, but now I post, and he's just laughing at me because this is a dead YouTube channel, and so now it's a solo channel with him commentating probably a bit of the time. I don't know. His name is Gus, by the way. He's a nice dude. To my six subscribers, like literally, I don't have many subs. I don't care. I'm happy. GG. Nice shot. To my 6 subscribers, I just want to say something to you all. I'm sorry that my garbage content's all in your recommended section. I know it's hard, but please just block me, but don't unsubscribe. I need the subs. I'm trying. It'll be worth it when you have a YouTube rank in your friends list. Yes, because my 6 subscribers are vibing. Also, if you're nice, come to my guild. Oh, that was the wrong button. I meant to do GL. Come to my guild. Period. We have 14 members. I only invite them because they're nice and sweaty. Just how I like friends. Yay, people. Okay, I'm just gonna play some good old Bed Wars because this sucks. Okay, so, I'm gonna poll. Do I play doubles? 4v4, 4v4. I play doubles for now. Or no, 4v4. Yes, I like this one. What's that game? Rush. No, wait, I can't. I shall not. Yes. There we go. This is how I like it. I'm gonna turn off clouds. More stories. How do I turn off clouds? Where are they a thing? Why? Why can't you just be non-existent? Yeah, so other stories. Yeah, so about Minecraft camps. One time there was a Minecraft camp, and it was the final day, and we were gonna beat the Ender Dragon, and I was so excited. I stayed up all night, and then I stayed up all night, and then I couldn't fall asleep. And this was like 5-10 years ago. No, this was like 5 years ago. And I was so excited, and I couldn't sleep. And then so since I couldn't sleep, I was sleep deprived, and I passed out. And then I missed the Minecraft final day camp thing, and I was sad, and I cried. I didn't really cry. I was happy that I got a day off from. Oh God, I'm just stupid. How are you all? How are all of your days going? Mine has been okay. I did a bit of running, and now I'm gelatin. I dislike gelatin. It made me do the cry. This guy's trying to break my beautiful defense, so I'm gonna place it because I'm that kind of guy. The guy that everybody hates, but everybody will love in the future. like chicken. So like the other day, I decided to make steak, and then I burnt the steak. So here, I'm going to teach you how to make a steak since I have nothing to talk about. So basically, you're going to want a fillet. I'm really good making fillets. I'm not that good making anything else. It's not too expensive. It's probably like $5 more than the cut of meat. So it's a difference from getting a lollipop from the candy store or making a fillet for dinner. So yeah, so basically what you want to do is you want to take the fillet, okay? Also, by the way, if you touch it, you might get, I forgot if it's, yeah, you might get salmonella, so you want to wash your hands every time you touch the fillet and then touch something else because it's raw meat, it's red meat. So it might be deadly. Or it might not be deadly, but it might give you some kind of virus or disease, I forgot which one. But so yeah, so you want to take a towel, paper towel, not a real towel. Real towels would get bloody. You want to pat the steak dry, okay? And when you pat the steak dry, you want to make sure that you get every little corner and every little bit of the steak dry, or else it won't turn out well. It won't turn out bad. It will just have a really strong metallic-y flavor, and the meat won't be as nice and tender. So you want to pat it all dry. Then so we're going to try to do this all with a minimal having to go back and forth washing your hands. So what we're going to do now is, what you're going to do is you're going to take like your average bin of kosher salt. We're not doing freshly ground flaky salt. We're just doing kosher salt, you know. You're going to spread all of that across, all across your cutting board, and like really cover your cutting board in that salt. And with that, you're gonna roll on all sides, just very gently. You don't want a whole lot of salt. Oh, and before you start rolling it, wash your hands, because salmonella is kind of not dope. So yeah, so you're gonna start rolling and marinating and massaging your steak and all that nice salt. And then once you've done all that, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take some pepper. You're gonna do some pepper where you put the salt. But this time you clean off your board in between the salt and pepper, so that it's not too salty or not too peppery. Basically, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to take that pepper, do the same thing with the salt, but a bit more, because pepper is not as strong and adds quite a bit of flavor. Now you're gonna want to add a few chili flakes, not a whole lot of chili flakes, just a few. And now this is where it gets a bit confusing. You're gonna want to cut your steak in half. Your fully raw steak, your fully raw slab of meat in half, in a perfect half. And so what that is you're butterflying it. That's called a butterfly cut. That's what I do. It's the easiest way to fully cook a steak without it being raw or too cooked. You want to butterfly cut it because it'll cook faster and more evenly. So now you want to do the same process, but on the sides that haven't been marinated or don't have the salt or any of that stuff in them, And so basically now what you want to do is you want to take all that. You want in a pan, a cooking skillet or pan or whatever, not something too big but not something too small either. You want to have enough space for a bit of sauce on the side, you'll see. You want to add quite a decent lob of butter. Enough butter to cover the whole pan and then have some left that isn't needed. Because what we're going to want to do is we're going to make a sauce in the same pan at the same time as the steak is cooking. And we're going to cook it in that sauce, kind of. So what you're going to want to do, and turn back now if you don't like butter. If you don't really like butter, you can also substitute it with basic olive oil. Sorry if you hear my dog in the background barking. So you can substitute with olive oil, but I would recommend it. Butter tastes better, has better consistency, better texture. And you're gonna wait until the bubbles, and you're gonna put that in a pan that is currently at pretty much high heat for now. And what you're gonna want to happen is you're gonna want to wait until the bubbles in the pan stop and it starts turning into brown. You want the butter to be brown and kind of burnt. And then you're going to want to pop your steak in. Okay, don't worry, it's not super hard. So if you have any chives, cut up some chives into there, add any things that you think might make it taste better, so chives, onions and caramelized might be good. Chopped up onions, so finely minced, heck, even I'll tell you this later. So then you want to once you have all that and your chives, I would recommend some chili flakes. They personally taste the best. So once you have all that in there, you're gonna wanna you're gonna wanna cook it evenly on both sides. And when you do that, you wanna make adjustments to your sauce. You wanna freshly ground some pepper into there. Add some salt, mix it all nice with your tongs. So you don't want to use spatulas. You want to use tongs to flip the steak and marinate and all that good stuff. And you can watch a YouTube video, but this is how I do it. And I'm not. This is coming from somebody who isn't some famous chef. Okay. And so now what you want to do now that you don't want it to be a roar. You want the sound that you hear when you put the steak on. You don't want it to be a roar, because if it's a roar, then the butter is too hot. You let the butter burn for too long. And you want the butter to be nicely golden browned. So you want it not a roar, but also not like a super not a super small sound, because then the butter might not have added enough time there. You want it to be a nice and steady hiss. And so yeah, you want to make adjustments to the sauce. What you want from the steak is not completely black, but you want the edges and a bit of the middle to be nice and black, and then the rest of it to be a grayish kind of brown color. If you understand what that means, if you ever seen or had a steak before. And I'm teaching you how to make well done, so basically a pretty cooked through, and a pink steak, depending on how much. So a pink steak, you want it to be kind of fully gray with a little bit of black for a well done or fully done steak, which is perfectly fine. A pink steak won't kill you. You just don't want the color to be too dark. I would suggest getting assisted by a parent or guardian to help you with if it's raw, to see if it's raw before eating, because it could also give you salmonella still. Which is, I don't know what it does, but I know it's bad. It might be life-threatening, I don't know. So basically what you want is, so now you're going to want to take that sauce that we made with a spoon and spoon the sauce over the steak. We're going to try to give that steak a little extra bit of flavor and at the same time. And now you also want to add some more butter to the pan as well, because we really want that sauce to be nice and even and thick, We want not just like a teensy little bit of sprinkle of salt to drizzle onto the steak. So now what you're going to want to do, flip the steak a few times, maybe, when the steak is out of the pan, or even like a separate part of the pan where the sauce is after the steak's done. You want to, crack an egg into there, that's fine. That's what I usually do is, if any excess sauce, because once all this is over, once you take the steak out and put it onto a plate, you don't want to cut into it for another maybe 5-ish minutes or so, because something happens in the process where you don't cut into it. When you do cut into it, and it kind of cooks through a bit more, making it nice and ready. And it will have a good taste. If you cut into it too soon, the oxygen gets to it, does not have a good taste. Not bad, but isn't really that good. So you definitely want to make sure you leave it 5 minutes or so after it's done, fully done and made. So now with your sauce, you're gonna want to pour the sauce over the steak. Maybe crack an egg into the pan. Turn the heat off for at its lowest temperature. And then you just want to eat your steak. Bada bing, bada boom. Just made steak. Now, if you like that, leave a thumbs up. I hope that I didn't kill your family by this raw steak that I just told you how to make. But let's see, what else do I know how to make? It's pretty cool to make, because this is something to talk about, something between us. So I'll teach you how to make perfect scrambled eggs. So the way to make perfect scrambled eggs is all about color. So this is how you're gonna start. If you're cooking for yourself or even 2 to 3 people, if you're cooking for 2 to 3 people, use around 6 eggs, maybe 7. If you're cooking for just yourself or just for you and another person, use 4 to 5 eggs. If you're cooking for yourself, I would recommend 4 eggs. If you're cooking for somebody and yourself, you use 5 eggs. So what you're going to do, you're going to want to take 4, if you're cooking, let's say that use the statistics that you're cooking for yourself, and then you can adjust the recipe depending on how many people you're cooking for. So you're going to crack 3 eggs into a bowl. And you're not gonna whisk them yet. You're gonna then add some cream. You're gonna add cream into the bowl along with your eggs, and you're gonna tiny whisk that until it's all nice and combined. And so you want to add like a little dollop of cream. And now what you're gonna do, since it's probably too much cream, you don't want to be shy with the amount of half and half you use, but you don't want to be too blunt and too like big with it. You don't want to use too much. What you're gonna do now, you're gonna add another egg into that mixture because you definitely overdid it with the cream, and you don't want it to be a creamy mess. You want it to be eggs. And I'm teaching you how to make melt in your mouth eggs. If you like spongy eggs, do all these steps, but with less butter and with no cream. And so I'm teaching how to make melt in your mouth eggs. So they're fluffy, they're nice, they have a perfect texture, amazing consistency. So this is how you do them. So so you're gonna tiny whisk all those ingredients together in the bowl. Add a few pinches of kosher salt. If you want to be specific, I would say 1 tablespoon. Maybe more if you don't mind salt a whole lot. Not too much though. And then what you're gonna want to do, you're gonna want to take a pan. Not unlike the steak, you're gonna want to you're not going to want to wait until the butter gets browned in the pan, and you're going to want to add a pretty good amount of butter. You're going to want to wait until it's just nice. You're going to want to turn the pan, by the way, up to full heat, and you're going to want to turn it up to medium-low heat. Wait until the butter is nice and bubbly and sizzling. You can tell that it's being in the process of burning. Not like if it's just sitting there and not doing anything. It's gonna take a minute or so. Be patient because this is low heat fluffy eggs. And so the whole cook time is probably gonna be 10 to 15 minutes at most. I would say you want to tiny whisk your ingredients for a minute or two. And so basically now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pour the egg mixture into the butter once it's nice and bubbly, and once it's nice and bubbly. You don't want to pour it in too late, just when there's tons of bubbles. It doesn't have to be all bubbles, just tons of bubbles in the butter. And I don't want to see little specks. I mean big bubbles. And so basically, now what you're going to want to do, you're going to pour your egg mixture in, and you're going to want to take a rubber spatula. If you don't have that, use a normal spatula, a rubber spoon, or a normal spatula, and get creative with the normal. And you're going to want to basically mix, just keep mixing, mixing the outside. So basically, there will be really soft, barely cooked through, hardened parts of the egg. And those are called egg curds. What you're gonna see is you're gonna see a lot of egg curds at the beginning, and then you're gonna want to take those. This is a pointless game. You're gonna want to take those egg curds and kind of push them towards the center. Eventually, once you have quite a few of those kind of soft kind of egg curds, you're gonna want to turn the whole egg mixture to one side of the pan. Then turn the pan to low heat. And let that sit there for, I would say, 5 minutes. Then on the other side of your pan that doesn't have a whole lot of egg in it, you're going to want to add another good amount of butter, because we don't want those eggs to be too dry. I made dry eggs. They're not good. They're not tasty. Not satisfying. And so basically now what you're going to want to do, you're going to wait until that butter turns nice and, frothy and bubbly like the first bit. And you're going to want to basically mix those all in slowly. And so basically what you're going to want to do is mix those in slowly, kind of mix everything together, cut the eggs with the spatula. We don't want big chunks, but we don't want really small chunks. And so basically, so it's gonna be like a souffle kind of egg. So not too much egg in one area, not too little, just right. Okay. And so now what we're gonna want to do, we're gonna wait until all of that looks nice and cooked. If it doesn't have to be, we're gonna want to wait until it's all browned, and then you're gonna want to kind of flip them a bit. And instead of waiting until they're fully browned, you're not going to want to wait until the other side is fully brown. You're going to take that, put it right into a bowl. And now it's ready to eat. So that's how you make melt in your mouth amazing scrambled eggs. If you want to hear how to make anything in the comments, I'm pretty good with almost all meats now. I can do chicken, I can do pork chops, I can do steak. If I need any help. How about ice cream? Let's learn how to make ice cream. We've done a lot of savory stuff. How about some nice sweet thing? So basically, this is how you're going to make ice cream. I'm teaching you strawberry ice cream, but I'll also teach you chocolate and vanilla. So basically, strawberry. You're going to take a bowl of strawberries. You're going to want to cut the cores, or the little head bits off. Whatever those are called, the little leaf things. You're going to want to put those all into a bowl. Use your best masher, whether it's a potato masher or just like a fruit masher. Even if you had a food processor, I wouldn't recommend one though. I would recommend like a smoothie maker for 5 seconds, maybe 10, because we still want those nice strawberry chunks to make it seem really nice and natural and not artificial in the slightest. So if you want yours to be really sweet, you can now mix that with around 50 grams of sugar, white confectionery sugar. And now what you're going to want to do is mix it all together until it's nice. It's supposed to be a kind of grainy kind of mixture-ish. And now what you're going to want to do is, if you want that really sweet, put that all in like a medium-sized cooking pot. Put it on the stove on high heat until it all starts coming to a simmer, which is basically where all of the outsides of the pot all the outside bits of the pot are all bubbling up. Why do you want to die? No. And so that's how you make it really sweet. That's how you kind of make a bit of a jam consistency. And if you just want it normal, you can just mix it all in, kind of leave it out for a good 5 minutes, let it sit. I would recommend doing that in a fridge so that it gets nice and stabilized. And so now you have your banana puree. Good job. We kind of made homemade jam, but it's not really jam because it doesn't have a jam consistency. If you don't have all the necessary ingredients and you just have strawberry or raspberry jam, just use that jam, that's fine. So in another bowl, what we're going to want to use some heavy whipping cream, probably enough, a good amount. The amount of heavy whipping cream, consider that to be probably 3/4 of the amount of your ice cream. And so basically in that bowl of heavy whipping cream, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take that, whip it all up until it's a nice, stable, stiff peak, which basically means with your hand mixer, I hope you have a hand mixer, when you pull your hand mixer out, the tops of the whisks should have whipped cream standing straight up onto it. So we basically just made whipped cream. Good job. Now what you're going to want to add is 10 grams of sugar, roughly a teaspoon, maybe 2 if you're feeling, like a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and you're going to want to whip that all together until it's nice and firm. And then what you're going to want to do is now you're going to add, now you're going to want to add your strawberry puree. and you're going to want to add the strawberry puree slowly. You're going to want to add a quarter of it, and then you're going to want to add a quarter, whip it up for like 30 seconds, half of it, and then the rest of it, in that order. So basically now you have strawberry whipped cream. If you want to make these into like little bite-sized cups of, if you want to make this a bit more unhealthy, but more like bite-sized fun cups that you can hold, you're going to want to melt up some chocolate. Basically, you're going to want to take your chocolate chips or smashed chocolate bars and put them in the microwave for 40 seconds to 50 seconds. Then you're going to want to add a bit of whipping cream, a bit of half and half. Mix it all together, put it back in the microwave for a good 30-40 seconds. Mix that, put it back in the microwave. If it's too, light and if it's too liquidy, feel free to add some more of your chocolate, or if it's too hard and more like icing, add a good amount more of your half and half. It's very easy to adjust. Very, very easy. And so basically, now you're going to want to take cupcake little baking tins, those like little ones that have like a lot of like little spaces to put your cupcakes or whatever you're making in small amounts. You're going to want to, if you're doing the chocolate thing, pour the chocolate on the bottom and try to spread it all around the outside of the tin. You're going to want like a nice even layer. In fact, once you have all the chocolate on the bottom of your things, of your little sheets, I don't know what to call them, depressions, which are like little dents and holes, you're going to want to slam that against the table a few times just to even it out. Not too loudly though, we're not going crazy. We're not taking this cooking tutorial as an excuse to make a lot of noise and upset your siblings or friends and family in the house. And now what you're going to want to do is add your whipped cream mixture into it if you haven't already eaten it all. And so now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take all that, put it in the freezer for ideally 24 hours, I would say. And bam, now you have amazing ice cream. If you want to make chocolate, follow the same steps with the whipping cream, but instead of adding your puree, add melted chocolate mixture, whatever you want to call it. And in that mixture, you're going to want to do the same thing you did for the bottom of the chocolate cups, but instead of just heavy cream and what was I going to say? What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Just having a half and chocolate chunks. You're also going to want to add a bit of vanilla extract, about a teaspoon. We're going to want to mix all that nice and firm until it gets stiff peaks and is the right color. Even Nutella is going to be fine. It's just you want to add a bit of half and half into, I would say, half a cup, maybe a cup of Nutella. Oh, and also, you want to make sure your ice cream to puree ratio is 1/4 puree and 3/4 heavy cream when you're doing all this. So I would say cup or two of heavy cream and 1/4, 2/4, half a cup of strawberry puree. Or in this case, half a cup or 3/4 of a cup of your chocolate mixture. I want to add some vanilla extract, like I said to that before, which is ideal if you want to have it nice and sweet, but not too sweet. No added sugars, because obviously it's chocolate, it's sweet enough. But you do want to add around another 10 grams of sugar to your heavy cream just to stabilize it a bit. Then you want to mix that for a good 2 minutes till stiff peaks. Hope you know what that means. Pop it in the freezer for another 24 hours or so. Bam! Now you have chocolate ice cream. So, what was I going to say? It really depends what your situation is, but vanilla might be the easiest or hardest one that you can make. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take a bowl, add, I would say, a tablespoon of vanilla extract, and you're going to want to add some pre-additional, like probably 5 tablespoons or so of heavy cream. You're going to want to mix it all together if it tastes too vanilla-y, mellow it out with some more heavy cream. If you can't really taste the vanilla, because you want it to be very, very strong vanilla flavor, a very nice and strong vanilla flavor. Because this is going to be our vanilla puree. Add quite a bit. Add another tablespoon or so of vanilla. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add 50 grams of sugar. Let's go 50 grams of sugar to that whole mixture. You're going to want to mix it all up until it becomes a nice heavy whipping cream. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add probably another tablespoon of vanilla extract. Then you're going to want to take a bowl of probably 3/4, maybe 2/4 of a cup of whipping cream. Whip that all together. Add this nice vanilla. Hopefully, it should be a bit liquidy of a mixture. You should have enough vanilla or a little enough of heavy cream in there for it to be a little bit liquidy. Add some milk because we don't want a whole lot of fat from this heavy cream if you have to. By the way, this is going to be fatty, quite a bit of calories in this ice cream that we're making. And so basically now what you're going to want to do is you want to take that all, whip it all together until it's decently stiff peaks. If it's a bit brown, don't worry, that's because of your extract. And then you're going to want to pop it in the freezer for 24 to 48 hours. And so now that you have all that done, let's, what else? I don't know. Any nice desserts to make? Well, I don't really want to talk about baking for the whole hour of my stream, maybe 2 hours, I don't know. It's getting late, I'm gonna go eat, so it's 20 minutes. Make this an hour-long stream. So, basically, I hope I'm not boring, I'm gonna go play duels again. To talk about. I guess I'll just talk about more cooking. So, how about sunny side eggs? So basically what you want to do is you want to take roughly, I would say, 1 egg, maybe 2 eggs. Pop it in, so if you don't know how to crack your eggs, it's hard to teach you. I would look up a video. There are a few good videos. I'll probably put that in the description if I'm not super lazy. But there are quite a few good videos that teach you how to crack an egg effectively. Dang it. Dude, please, no. And so, here's what you're going to want to do. You want to crack 2 eggs into a pan of already cooked bacon, which would be nice. So that it cooks in the bacon fat, which gives it a lot more flavor. You're going to want to sprinkle on some salt, sprinkle on some pepper. It's all about the bottom of the egg. So you're going to want to wait until it's getting a nice brown thing, a nice brown underside. And with that nice brown underside, what you're going to want from it is, so basically what you're going to want from that nice brown underside is you're going to want the underside to be crispy. Now you're going to want to shove your spatula under it and to see if it can stand up on its own. And you're going to want, because you want it to be too runny, so what you're going to do is how you make an over easy egg is what it's called. You're going to want to take that, flip it over for a good 10 seconds after it's fully crispy on the bottom. And now it's going to fully cook through all the egg white so that it's not too mucousy. And now you have an over easy egg, which is very nice because over easy eggs are cool. They are dope, as the youngsters say. I hope I'm not cringy. Yeah, so, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so now you have an over easy egg. I would recommend it with some bread. Bread is always nice. So, my opinions on Harry Potter characters. This will be fun. So, basically, I hate Ginny. Yes, Ginny sucks. This might cause controversy in the comments, but Ginny is the worst. She needs to be saved too many times. I feel like she's only good for one spell or two that are like her quote-unquote special spells, and the rest aren't really that good at all. I don't really respect her a whole ton, if you haven't noticed. What was I gonna say? I like Harry. He's okay. The only problem is when J.K. Rowling made him as a character, I feel like she made him a bit too dumb. He's really clueless to everything happening around him. He's not her. And can't really do anything for the life of him. Can't really tell if somebody is like him or if he's doing something right or wrong, and usually he's doing something wrong. What's my favorite book? My favorite book is probably still Harry Potter. I never really liked Fudge. That's why I'm on the Prisoner of Azkaban. I never really liked him. I'm glad that he got kicked. Booted. He deserved it. He was not good at his job. Too many wars. I mean, I can't really blame him, you know. It's hard being the Minister of Magic. I don't know what I'm doing. I kind of have a bit of I want to call it OCD. I would call it ADHD. Where I would start doing something and forget what I'm doing. And I'm like, oh wait, this is kind of really boring. I don't want to do this anymore. Let's play Sky Wars. That's a fun game. Let's see what our tag is. That doesn't show, but that's fine. I don't really care. I'm not gonna give my political opinions on the internet. I don't want to lose subscribers. Yeah, I don't know why I did this channel. It's been dumb. I'm trying to get subscribers, but I don't know how to get myself out there. I'm not going to pay money for advertisements. That just seems stupid. If best, I might end up getting a YouTuber, or getting into one of those YouTube challenges, and then getting a YouTuber to shout me out after I win some kind of tournament, or I'm in some kind of challenge. I might be able to, get myself in a frame of a YouTube video and say, sub to my channel, and then give my channel name. That would be cool. Really cool. But then I don't want to get hate first for asking for subs in an advertisement. You see, I don't like people. People scare me. I want to be around them as little as possible. I guess what I can do is I can just try to get 30,000 friends to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm calling all my subscribers friends because most of them are either friends. There was this one kid who subscribed to my channel. I don't really like him though. His name was, I forgot, it was like Penguin. He wasn't really nice. He was okay. He was genuine. They said stuff. At least he was genuine. Well, I like a lot of my subscribers, but I don't want any mean people. That's why I'm not gonna advertise. Or maybe I will get MVP++ and do that road to 300 kind of thing, you know? A lot of those. I'm not sure if they get subscribers though. Like where they're like, when I get 300 subscribers, I'll give ranks, and then they just end their stream. I don't want to make promises because then it's stupid. Because then when they scam you, here's a fun fact about people. They'll unsubscribe to your YouTube channel, so you can't really just scam them out of free subs. Well, only another 10 minutes to go. I'm gonna do another 20 maybe. I don't know. I'm so tired. I'm gonna post this and I'm gonna get one person to watch it. I'm gonna get one view. And and an hours of commentary is nothing. You know, I kind of have a bit of a baby voice. I don't like it. It's cool, but it's cute. But I don't wanna be serious. I can't wait until I get an actual voice. I'm not stuck with this uncanny thing. Dang it. I'm so stupid. Anyways, humans. Yeah, so I have a lot of time, but I don't want to use my time because that's stupid. I'll just sit here doing hour-long, not even live streams. I don't stream. I can't stream. Because if somebody actually joins the stream, because I would just be streaming to nobody and then post that video and be like, hey, you guys, you unloyal peoples, I just streamed and nobody joined. But if somebody joins and they're like, hey, toe pics, please, then, you know, I'll freak out because my toes have not been manicured yet. Oh, that sucked. TMI. I want YouTube ideas. I could start doing tutorials. I'm pretty okay at building. My name is implicitly Noah. C. So that was a cap. Yes. If you want to subscribe. I might change the channel name, but I like Miscellaneous Marauders. It's nice. It's a nice name. I like the song too. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I can hear it though. It makes the awkward sounds less awkward. You rushed the wrong guy. Or maybe you rushed the right guy. I'm not here to judge. I'm sure you want, but please don't rush me. Looky here. 2 kills, 1 game. Oh, it's blindness. That's fun. Always love a bit of old blindness. Both of my neighbors rushed me. That's stupid. If only I knew how to commentate. Anyway, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I don't know how you're watching this, but I haven't. I answered right. I'm so unpopular that I don't know how you could be watching this, but haven't subscribed. 7 more minutes. Then I can go eat dinner. So I'm gonna teach you how I PvP. First of all, Frog Kit is key. You must get Frog Kit. Frog Kit wins every game. Or not every game. Because it has an ability, a rare ability, that no other kit has, and that you can't obtain in the rest of the game, and that's Jump Pot. Not just any Jump Pot. Jump 4 Pot with Speed 2. And if you're in insane mode, you get 3 of those. Don't use it in normal. In normal, it sucks. It's a bad kit in normal. I kind of want his stuff, so I'll try not to get him off the map. There we go. Give me hat. I'm so lucky. Killing all the people's armor. And he was a frog. believe in the power of the frog, and he died. Hooray! Get a pearl? What is this game? Yes! Can you subscribe to my YouTube? Where I post funny Fortnite funnies. So anyways, I don't upload anymore. It's funny. The last video would have been so funny, but YouTube algorithm. It's my recording site thing, which is just the normal, basic Microsoft thing. What it would do is it wouldn't. I was on a Discord call with some friends. Don't know if you guys know Discord, and they were just yelling and talking, but apparently it didn't pick up their voices. So I was on like a 30-40 minute recording call, and I played it back, and it was just me talking to myself for 40 minutes straight. And if nobody watches this video, I guess I'm talking to myself in this video. I'm not gonna ask you to like or subscribe. I'm just gonna tell you, please just leave a comment saying thank you for spending an hour of your life to tell me how to make steak and tell me about your problems, even though it was definitely not needed. Am I still doing this? Get cleaned? That was actually really jerky. That was a jerk move of me. But yeah, I just want people to appreciate my hard work ethic to the tube. Posting mediocre content weekly, probably. I post when I want to. It's a very on and off thing. So if you never hear from me again, I'm either dead or lazy, or both. And bruh, this was a major bruh moment. Why would you want to kill me? I am worth nothing. Why am I getting this man? It's probably because it's my only favorite. So how's everybody doing? Good. Let's play rock, paper, scissors together. Rock, paper, scissors. Shoot, I got paper. Interesting. Let's play another round. Rock, paper, scissors. Shoot, I got scissors. Interesting. It seems that this match is over. One more to decide it all. Rock, paper, shoot. I got paper. If you win, like the video. If you lost, dislike the video. Let's just get a gamble in here. Whether it demotivates me and makes me cry, or makes me happy that somebody actually likes my video. Do you like the music? I like the music in the background. It's nice. Guys, we reached an hour mark. Let's go into a lobby to celebrate. Okay, guys, so this has been an hour of my time. You know how little time it takes for you to subscribe? It takes like 3 seconds, I don't care. So please subscribe if you're not too lazy to, never mind. Just do it. Do it for me. Okay, I just spent an hour of my time for no good reason. You probably don't even care. You're probably clicking off this video right now thinking, what did this guy just do? Why did I watch an hour of this? Or you're clicking off this video thinking, I just put this on ×2 speed to see if he actually commentated the whole way through. Well, guess what, nerds? I did both. I commentated and played for 2 hours. So, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.